Gamers and Gooners, this is the Overkill Podcast, episode 62. I'm Iron Meta Frankie, and I'm here with
Kirby DK10, baby.
Yes, and we're in the same room for this one. This is our indie games tier list, because we are not going to be here in the flesh next weekend to record. So, we're doing one of our famous tier list episodes. Luckily, this guy has copied and pasted all these images for us to use, so it saves us a lot of time.
Yeah, if you want to use it, you can see all the information up here. But I guess we'll just jump right into it.
Yeah.
The ranking of stuff. We're not going to be ranking all of these because there's just so much that we haven't played from this. Some games only I've played, and I know Meta has played a majority of these. Probably more than I have. But there are some in here, like I see Bug Fables is the one that I played. I guess we'll just go from the top down, and we'll start with the Hat in Time. This is the first one I recognize, at least.
So given some of the other games on this list, I'm immediately tempted to put it in probably A. It's just kind of a simple old school platformer. I don't believe there's like a ton of replayability in this one, but maybe I'm just crazy. I just think it's a solid game.
Yeah, I think it's a solid platformer. It has some unique gimmicks to it, but like I think for like a platformer, it's pretty basic. I mean, it's a good game, but I think there are just better, more unique platformers out there than a Hat in Time.
Dang.
Yeah, I mean, it's a good game, this game, but it's a good game. I don't think it's like S tier.
So you don't think it's an A?
No.
You don't think it's an A? Dang. Where do you think it goes? B?
No, I think it goes A. Oh, okay. I just don't think it's S.
Okay. Well, can I go ahead and get an S tier game right out of the way?
Sure.
If we go down here, also we're in the same room, gamers. If you go down here, my guy's paranoia is insane. He's afraid I'm gonna get stuff all over his desk. Look at all these games. I saw Isaac. Where's Isaac? Where's this little crying ass?
Here. It's because we moved Hat in Time.
See, we can wiggle him up. Now I'm putting him in A.
Maybe we should have sorted these before.
Yeah. We're really brain dead. So we should have put the ones that we've actually played on top. Are we stupid? Oh well. Isaac to me is an S tier easily. I mean, I've gotten at least 1,000 hours out of the game. Most of them are offline, but I can't think of like a better game than Isaac. Like indie wise, replayability is there, variety is there. Like DLCs are there. I mean, there's so much DLC. If you're attracted to like the game loop, then you can't get enough of it.
Yeah. It is a really good game. It's like I haven't played it as much, just because I didn't get into it until recently. I guess like within the last 2 years, I played it for like a good month one time.
Well, I think you only played the original, right? You didn't play Rebirth.
Yeah, when I first got it, I got the original, and then like years later, I think you.
Oh, you do have the remake.
You gifted me Rebirth, I think.
Yeah.
Which was a much better game. Like the original was like really clunky when I remember. And I was like,
the original's a meme.
Well, right, because it was made in like Flash, I think. Originally, it was made in Flash, and then it was ported to like C, I think, or something.
It was a Flash game online, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I can't wait for you to pick up the red shithead.
I've been staring at a Moon Goose.
I hate him
this whole time.
I really think it's like a shite game.
It's definitely, it's like fun for the first maybe 10 hours, and like once you kind of like get your friend group figured out, I just don't think it's like that great of a game. It also makes you hate your friends, which I don't like, and also like requires deceit, which I think is kind of cringe.
Yeah, I mean it's a cute idea, but if you have a friend group like we do that likely has issues, They don't take it as just a game. It is it's very serious business. And for that, I don't like it. Also, if you ever just play it like by itself, you do like the online with the text chat, it is genuinely one of the worst games I've ever played. And I've known people that have played it like that, which is disgusting. Yeah, I dated a girl that would play it like that. And I was like, why? And she's like, well, do you want to play? I'm like, not really, but if we can get a group together. Ugh.
Yeah.
Can you imagine?
No, I can't imagine that. Playing with the text chat is a meme, although I think they finally added voice chat within like the subsequent updates since we stopped playing. So it is like better online with like random people, but it's also a game where you can't play it single player at all. You have to play with friends or randos. And I think that also I think subtracts from just the ability to just play at any time, you know. So
yeah,
it's I don't know. It's hard to rank, but even with friends I don't think it's that great. Anyway.
Yeah, I don't think it has that much replayability, and once you figure out the games, it's even more meaningless. Balatro.
Meta has played this. I haven't.
So this is a hot take. A lot of people, this one game of the year, this year. Some people say it's the best indie game of all time. My hot take is that it's a B, and I say this because it's basically poker, with it's basically roguelike poker. Yes, is it fun? Yes. Is there like variety and does the game change up? Yeah, but it's still always just poker. I don't think it belongs above Hat in Time because there's just no story. I mean, it's just poker, and the variety isn't like crazy. It's just you get modifiers and changes to your deck. I mean, I know that's a hot one for the indie game community. I'm not throwing a bomb in that one, but I think as time goes on, I think people kind of realize that it's just not there.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't have anything to say on it. I haven't played it.
Who?
Do we know any of these on the top?
Well, we know Animal Well. We just haven't played it.
Yeah.
We do know Battle Block Theater.
Battle Block. I think it's a hot take, but I think like it's overall just kind of like a mid game.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I guess we want to do within the tiers. These are not going to be ranked within the tiers. It's just going to be whatever tier it is. It's a little cringe. It's going to be too much, but
all the games are so different. It's hard to compare them like that. Like I don't know.
Yeah. Also, I think like if you ask on a different day, we could put any of these games like up or down a tier too.
Yeah. It's not something I often think about, like ranking them against each other. I guess there is a big caveat with this one. I can't imagine playing this one by myself either. This is one that we played together on Xbox a long time ago, and it was a ton of fun. But yeah, I don't know. I don't remember the story all that well. I think it was like a crazy guy was running putting on a show.
Yeah, that's like I think it was like this main guy is like putting on a show
trapped on an island.
And you have to like go through the whole show, and I forget. I don't even remember what the final boss was, to be honest. Because
it was a platformer.
Yeah, I remember. I remember that.
No.
It just had like some basic platforming puzzles, and just like it was very basic, but it was solid. I remember playing this and Minecraft 360 edition all the time on Xbox. Those were the days. I think have you played Brotato?
That's Sam. I'm gonna put Brotato at a C. It's kind of actually I'll move it down to a D. I think it's it's kind of I believe it was another one of those originally Flash games. It's like a top-down wave shooter. The replayability is questionable. But it was kind of like a real early like Flash indie game, and I think it's made by the same guy that made Binding of Isaac, Edmund McMillan, but I could be crazy. Yeah, it's your fine. It's it's a fine twin stick.
Yeah. I haven't even touched it. I just knew you played it.
There's nothing super special about it.
Yeah. This is the one game that I've actually played, and Meta has not. Which is Bug Fables.
This is
the
a
thing
retro
is, I don't know. It's hard to rank this because it's really in a different genre than most of these. Because it's an RPG, similar to Paper Mario.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, it's literally just Paper Mario with bugs, and I mean the story was good. The characters I think are like the main reason to play the game. They're all interesting and have different differences within them. I don't. It was such a good game. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean it seemed like a fun game.
The music too.
Yeah, the music
It
was
was so
really good
good.
that you showed to me. We're really high on indie games, like as far as like giving them a lot of grace. And I do like this. I do like this game, and I do like that they said, you're not going to give us a Paper Mario, so we'll just make our own Paper Mario. And honestly, I can respect that. It's not a game that I would ever play though. But yeah, if you're saying it's S, I'll take your word for it. It looked really good, and the music to me was really good. The music in anything like B, maybe like A and up, usually has really really good music to go along with it.
Yeah. Well, I
Right.
think it's one of the only RPGs that I actually play because like while you're in the battles, you actually have to like press buttons and like think a little bit while
Ew.
fighting the enemies. Where it's not just like pressing A and healing yourself and doing that, You actually have to like think about the battle.
Oh, while we're here, if we're good to move on, right?
Yeah.
While we're here, I'd just like to shout out to this game. It's not one that I played, but it's one that I watched, and I feel like watching it gives me enough of an idea. This is like a puzzler. It's called Baba Is You, and it requires you to figure out solutions to unique like pixel puzzles. So like if there's something that says like open and like the like P looks like a door, for example, you would like push the doorknob into like the P or something. Like it just has like unique kind of strange puzzles. It's one of those one and done games where you play it once and you're you're kind of over it, but it's it's cute. It's cute.
Yeah.
I just wanted to throw that in there because I recognize it. I see a lot of games I recognize on here. Celeste. Is this one that you've played?
No, I haven't played it. That's why I was pointing you to it.
So once again, I think we're very impartial to platformers, and to me, this game is like story wise, it's amazing. It's about a girl that has depression climbing a mountain, and she has to overcome that depression and her own reflection, and it has really really hard mechanics. There's entire speedrun communities built around it. There is all kinds of like there's just so much fanfare for it, and it's such a cute and well put together game that if you haven't played it, I think it really is a crime.
There we go.
There we go. Yeah, I was doing some preemptive sorting of games I noticed as we were sitting here.
I don't know what this one is.
This is Dead Cells. So
okay.
Okay,
so I have played this. I just don't recognize that guy.
Yeah. I guess I have an idea of where I want to put it. I want to put it in A. Because the mechanics of it are surprisingly deep. It's surprisingly difficult. I would put it up in S with Isaac. I just haven't like replayed it enough. And I don't know. It's one of those. It was one of those that like combines story, skill, and it has so much replayability and randomness in it that like it is like a true roguelike.
Yeah, I don't know. I've played it a bit. For an indie game though, I feel like for me it's like low A or high B. I don't think it goes any higher.
I mean, we can put it down in B if you want. It's one that I've only put like 50 hours into, so it's not like I'm super versed in it. Yeah. I got like good enough to get to the final boss and then lose like 3 times.
Yeah.
There's another one that you probably don't know. Cult of the Lamb.
Yeah, I haven't played this one.
I'm gonna put this one. This is gonna be real hot take. Hot take. I'm gonna put that one in C. That one first C. Reason why. Everyone loves this game. Everyone says this game is next Binding of Isaac. Everyone says this game is perfect. Can do no wrong. It's really cool. The theming's amazing. The story is obviously you run a cult. It's a kind of a satanic cult. There's a bunch of like single eye imagery, and you do like sacrifices of your villagers, and it's interesting, and you build your little village. My biggest beef with it is that, and I don't think it's the next Binding of Isaac, is that the way it works is there are kind of old gods, and one old god was kicked off of his. Essentially, he was like the kind of like the god, like the Christian god, old god, and he was basically taken over by like all the demonic ones. And so, like, he was kicked off his throne. And so,
Heresy.
yeah, how it works is you enter into these different levels and you defeat these different, like, demonic, I don't know what you want to call them, beings, gods, whatever. And the reason I don't think it's like, the reason I don't think it's up there, the cat jumped on the table. The reason I don't think it's up there with the Binding of Isaac is it's just too laid out. And I know once you beat all of the old gods, you just kind of like rerun the same levels on like different difficulties and stuff. So, I mean, I know everyone loves this game and they say it's like the best thing ever, but I don't see the replayability and variety there. But maybe I'm crazy.
Yeah, I think I watched you play it, and it honestly didn't look that fun. I was like,
yeah,
it's pretty dumb. Here, yeah, Goat Simulator.
Yeah. I'm on the.
I don't know what is this fire and what is this fire and ice chick?
So this is called Fire Boy and Water Girl. This is a Flash game, a really really old Flash game.
Oh.
And it's cute. It's just a platformer. It kind of reminds me of Stickman here. Henry Stickmin, I believe his name is. No, this isn't Henry. This is Fancy Pants. It's just kind of one of those old school platformers, and obviously it's fire and water, so you use fire and water in different puzzles and solutions. It's a real cute game. You should play it. It takes like 3 hours.
Yeah, I think it's about it. Here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few more. There's Stickman. Yeah. There's a few more I recognize down in here that we'll
definitely have to get down there. But
yeah,
Enter the Gungeon, baby.
I was actually playing this before the pod.
A little bit. I've played maybe hour and a half on my own computer, and I think way back in the day you let me try like a single run. That maybe was like 20 minutes. I don't.
Yeah, and then you were like, I'm done with this shit.
Yeah. I think
I don't. I would put it in A, but I do think it has the potential to have like really, really high replayability, right up there with like Isaac.
Yeah, it's definitely high A, low S.
Yeah, it's another one of the bullet hell roguelites, which tend to rate really high on the list if you can't tell.
Yeah, the one thing that I do like about this, and it has over Isaac, is it's like something really simple, is you can shoot in all directions instead of just the 4 cardinal directions.
Yes.
Which is very nice. As well as, I think it's, sometimes Isaac you'll like pick up an item and you don't know what it does at all because it doesn't give you any description. But in Enter the Gungeon, you can actually pause and check the item description and see what it does. And so you're not just like left in the dark, which, I think some people will like and some people won't like. Just kind of depends your cup of tea on that one.
Yeah, and it's also if it's your cup of tea, but it also has that same, it also has that same depth of,
yeah.
It also has that same depth, that you can get out of Isaac as far as like understanding how the different challenges work and how.
Where's Shovel Knight?
Right up here.
Oh.
How we're just moving them all to the top while we're yapping here. I can't tell if this is Nothia or not. I don't think it is. Here's the fighting game, and
Base.
yeah, it's a good yeah. It's a good game. Hey, look, we've talked about Spark before, so there you go.
Wait.
No.
No. Wait. It's
Saved.
Saved?
Saved.
Maybe?
Saved.
Okay.
Saved.
Okay.
Saved.
Oh, dang. We got to move it all back up.
No. Oh,
Hey, wait.
all right.
All right, we'll rank a couple of these.
Yeah.
Have you played Cuphead?
I have not beat Cuphead. I'm gonna throw that one in B.
Yeah, I bought it and I literally haven't even played it.
Well, I'm gonna rant about it and you refund those. Cuphead. If you haven't played Cuphead by now, you've been living under a rock. Cuphead is a
I got it.
game, a bullet hell platformer, really hard, really difficult, really kind of in depth, and the animation and like drawing quality on it is amazing. It is modeled after like old Disney cartoons, and to me, it is a super difficult game, and it's one that I haven't even finished yet. Here. And I don't know. Do you have any thoughts on it? I know you've seen it at least.
No, I've seen it. To me, it like reminds you of like Mega Man, those old platformers.
Yeah.
Except the only clip that I've seen is like the IGN guy struggling to get over.
Oh, the tutorial guy.
Oh yeah.
The tutorial guy. Oh man, look at dude. This tier list is hot.
Yeah.
It's
gonna be quite a.
There are a lot of games on here. Slimes, Meat Boy.
Stardew.
Yeah. Slimes, Meat Boy, Grist. Look at all these.
Ranking them all.
All right. Well, you want to pick one and then you can talk about it.
Well, I don't know. I've never played Shantae, but I've heard her games are really great. So
S tier.
I'm gonna do at least A.
Okay.
They're basically like your platformer. You can change into like an elephant and like a fly, and do like different. It allows you to like get over. If you transform into like a fly, you can.
Oh shoot!
Fly over stuff, or you can like do like a monkey and grab onto a hook, and it'll like pull you across a gap. The hook is like moving or whatever. It's interesting. I've always been interested. Sorry about that. Sorry, you can hear him knocking.
I'm finding these games because he's stolen the mouse from me, and I can't do it. And I just want to move these games so fast. I see so many of them that I know, but just gonna make it faster, and it's driving me absolutely batshit. Okay,
I think that's it here.
Goodness.
I guess if we want,
let's do Geometry Dash.
Okay,
it's easy.
No, I know Freedom. I know these game people.
You know this?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Basically Sonic. All
right.
Geometry Dash. I've actually played it. Come on. It's a one button kind of game. I feel like you can. It's hard to rank it because it's really like a mobile.
Way different.
It's like a mobile game. I feel like that's fair.
You think D?
Yeah, I think D is.
Why do you think D?
I don't know. I mean, I think it's difficult. It's just it's like a one button game. It's really simple. It's almost too simple. I don't know.
Too simple. Okay.
I don't know how you feel about that, but
it is almost too simple, and I feel like the depth. There's not like a ton of depth in there. I mean, I think the community for it. This.
Ori, right?
Yeah, the community for it is like amazing, and people just make more and more level. Man, some of the images they chose for this is just peak stuff here. All right, I think I've gotten all the ones that I recognize. I think we've caught them all for now. So, oh goodness, second cat has hit the desk. So, I think. I guess we'll do FNAF. FNAF is cursed.
Oh god, FNAF.
Bottom
Man,
tier.
yeah, dude. Honestly though, like it's just such a simple game. I've played the first, the second, the fourth. It's weird. I think the only one I haven't played at least like a little bit is the third one, and like they're all pretty much the same gameplay. I mean, you get like different mechanics here and there. I still think the first one is peak in terms of gameplay because it's the original and it's simple.
I only
and it
played
wasn't
the first one.
it
and
wasn't
the second one.
it wasn't super complex. Yeah, the second one's good too. Anything like after the, I think the fourth one was like the last one that was interesting. Other than that, I mean, like I think the lore and the story is pretty cool, but like that really doesn't involve the game at all.
No,
like you can learn about the story from anywhere, but
yeah, I don't know. Yeah. To me, it was like one of those real quick one and done games.
Based. It's also horror, which isn't our favorite genre. We don't watch any horror movies or anything like that, so it's yeah.
Yeah, we don't. We do not, and I don't like scary games at all. Bugman. Why am I blanking? Goodness.
Hollow Knight?
Hollow Knight, that's right.
Bugman.
I'm just so bad at this game, I can't remember. Bugman. I beat like 3 bosses, and then I haven't got back on. It was one of those games that I said I was going to keep playing it. Did you ever play it? Do you have it?
I literally bought it, and this is another game that I bought and never played.
Sick. Amazing. I'm tempted to throw it in A. I mean, well, yeah, looking at the rest of the list, I mean,
it's a Metroidvania. It's different.
There's a lot of depth in it. You can play it a lot. It does have like replay value.
Also,
I'd chuck it in S. The music's good.
Also,
the gameplay's good.
Shantae is also a Metroidvania.
Yeah. If you haven't played Hollow Knight by now, I think you should. You play this little cute bug man, and you get different abilities and stuff. I think most people have. It is one of the hardest games I've played, though. Do we want to do Henry Stickmin next?
Sure, we can do any order we want.
This list is all over the place.
Oh,
he's the first one.
There you go. I didn't see it.
Obviously, this is like the best game out of all of them. Have you played?
No.
Oh, you haven't played the riveting gameplay of Henry Stickmin?
Wait, maybe I played. I think I played the airship
This is the click. This is the like the single button like click adventure game that's on like Flash. It's cute. It's kind of edgy. He like breaks out of prison. You know, you sometimes kill people by accident. Or you kill yourself. There is kind of like an element of like picking the right choices. I was afraid the third cat was gonna hit the desk, and I don't know. It's kind of, but it's like you play it once and then you never play it again. Markiplier has a series on it if you don't want to play it. Honestly, it's like a 8-year-old series too.
I think I've watched more of the games than actually played them.
This is
they're
true.
Just like, I mean, like, you know, it's kind of funny. Like you can just basically watch it, and it's like, you know, pick 3 options.
Yeah,
and like 2 of them are like funny ways to die, and then the rest of them are just like whatever.
Yeah, the rest of them are just, you know. Honestly, that's enjoyable. I don't even think you know what this is.
No.
This is Owlboy. They're in C, I think. This is Owlboy. It's a platformer. Once again, man, you're comparing like apples to oranges with this entire list. There is no... there is a little bit of Metroidvania mechanics in that like you unlock different friends to use and abuse as like abilities. But you start out with like this nerdy guy that like hangs onto you, and you're an Owlboy. And so he hangs onto your talons and you throw him like a wrecking ball, alright? It's a cute game. I don't remember it that well. All I know is that I played it and I got through a few levels. I'm sure it's really, really good if I sat down and played it more. It's a solid platformer. I think you would like it, actually.
Okay. I don't know. I'll look it up after this.
Yeah. There's a guy called Shammy on YouTube that has a pretty good review of it. Gris.
This one I have no idea either.
You don't even know about this one. This one's too good for you. I'm gonna throw this one in C2. So this is another one of those platformers. It has amazing music. Honestly, if you don't even have to play the game, just get the soundtrack. It's like futuristic, kind of like house, like calm and sad, and it changes. It's one of those silent platformers where you're this sad girl going through the world. I don't know what it entirely is about because it's actually one that I'm playing right now. So I don't know, but I don't see any replayability in it, and I don't see the story being super crazy. But maybe I'm wrong.
Wow.
It also goes on sale for like $1 sometimes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Based. What is this? Jumping Knight, right?
Jumping Knight. This is Jump King. This is
Jump King,
SSSS. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, honestly, I'm gonna throw it and see again. I'm really trying to pad. I'm really filling this list out in the seat there.
I've only seen people play this. To me, it doesn't. It's like one of those games. It reminds me of. Oh no, I'm blanking in. What's the one where like you have the hook and you're in the pot? One where you climb up.
But Bennett Foddy's like. Don't fall or something.
Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
that's what it reminds you of. Or I don't know. There was another one. There was another like a 3D version of that where it was like you parkoured all the way up and it just had like random objects everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think of the name, but
other
than that, it's escaping me right now.
Is it the 3D one?
Phase Jeff played it a couple times. There was a second one. Oh, Don't Fall, maybe?
There's Don't Fall, and then there's also Chained Together if we're talking like multiplayer.
Oh, yeah. I've seen that a couple
times. So there's also a game on here. I'm actually kind of offended that it's not on here, and we'll cover it in a second. But the Jump King is like just one of those rage games, I think, that's just like funny to watch people play. I bought it and I played it for like 30 minutes, got mad, and returned it. So is it like a good game? I mean, honestly, it might even be a D tier at this point, but if you like getting mad, I think it's fun. There is a game I don't see on here, and I want to mention it. There is a game called Flint Hook. And Flint Hook is a platformer where you're given a hook, and you can chain onto these hooks and pull yourself towards them like a grappling hook. You can swing, you can shoot, and it is a roguelite. And each level you pick different cards and abilities. And it's a cute game, but I know why it's missed on this list. It's because it never really blew up, but it was kind of a game. It went like Binding of Isaac, then Enter the Gungeon was kind of big, and then like Flint Hook came out and everyone forgot about it, and then all these other kind of newer indie games took over, like Hollow Knight, Celeste, Hat in Time, Dead Cells. They kind of overshadowed it, but it's not on this list. But I want to mention it while we're here.
Based.
If it was on this list, I would probably throw it in like C tier, and that's why I was thinking of it, because it has replayability. It's just not as like in depth as some of these other ones.
Based. I think we'll grab a random one.
I'm also trying to compare games to games a little bit too. Like I'm looking at where we have platformers and where we have like different games, and I'm trying to like compare them based off of like genre.
I want to do this one because it's a funny picture.
Is it? I already forgot.
And we also played it. We also both played. It was Lethal Company. I
tried to forget it.
We actually drunk bought this game, or at least I did. I got pretty sauced one night, and our friends wanted to play it.
I think I also drunk bought it.
And it was like $10 on sale, I think. It was on sale or something.
I literally don't remember.
And I bought it, we played it, and it's basically it's a game where you land in your spaceship on this planet, and you have like an area where it's like safe, sort of, and you go into this other, like, whatever you call it, like a base thing, and in this base there's monsters, and you have to like go through and grab and loot the base and get valuable stuff to bring it to the ship in order to buy like air tanks or energy stuff, and like better gear basically for your character.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's in a way, and it's also multiplayer. So in a way, it's kind of, I guess, like roguelike, because I think there are like different planets and there are different monsters and stuff.
There are,
and also the monsters can follow you outside of the building. I don't know. I mean, it's an interesting game. It's got some like horror elements to it. You have like a flashlight whenever you're in there, and it uses energy. So like you have to get like batteries for your flashlight and stuff like that whenever you get back to your spaceship. I mean, it was cool. It was definitely funny because our one friend is like super competitive, and we were obviously a little bit drunk that night, so
we were.
we weren't playing the best. So it was so funny to troll him.
Yeah.
Other than that, though, I mean,
it was really funny. I don't remember that night at all, though.
It wasn't that enjoyable. Other than that, it wasn't. It's just not a.
I have gone back since, and I've watched people play it sober, obviously. And it's just one of those. What is that horror game that they always would get us to play? I mean, it's the one where you start in the van, you go into the house, and you capture the monster.
Oh. I thought I was gonna say Hello Neighbor, but no.
No. It's just one of those. It's just one of those, like, to me, poorly optimized, poorly made, like, horror games where you spawn in, you choose your equipment, you go get like half your team wiped, and you laugh and giggle, and then like maybe you escape and go to the next planet or whatever. Yeah, there's a lot of games like that. It's just not for us.
Yeah.
If that's the type of game, though, go for it. Your list might be flipped. Maybe you love fucking Fireboy and Water Girl. I don't know.
I just like this image because I think it's the guy dancing or emoting.
It is.
That was our favorite thing about the game. Was the emoting? All right.
We're doing really good here, like keeping this list like balanced. Look at this evenness. Forager.
I don't know what this is.
It's a cute little game where Destiny used to play it a lot, and I bought it once. You basically spawn in as a little white guy.
Destiny played it?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no.
Yeah, exactly. You spawn in as a little white guy, you get a little pickaxe, you mine for resources, you build machines, you build like different objects to help you mine more. It's basically there is no lose state and there is no win state. It's basically like an infinite like resource generation game where there's like not really a challenge. It's just kind of like collect more garbage and like keep growing. I would put it probably in like C as like a time waster. And I mean, it's fine. It's fine. Does that make sense? It's like top down. It's like top down. You're like
I think I've maybe seen him play
that you're that little white guy.
Are you on like an island?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I've definitely seen him play that.
Yeah. It's just a time waster. Do you know what this one is?
I've seen Meat Boy. I've seen some Call Me Johnny's review of this at least.
Oh yeah,
I've seen a little bit of gameplay.
I've played it a little bit. It's kind of jankier than you would think.
Yeah, I've never played it though. I've only watched gameplay.
I would put it honestly. I'd put it in C again. We have a lot of games coming up that are going to go in S and A, but C. Once again, there's not really a story. You play as the Meat Boy. You're trying to, I forget who you're fighting. I think you're fighting Big Meat. No, I don't remember. And it's a platformer. It's kind of janky and slidey, and it's just really, really old. It's also made by the same band that made Binding of Isaac.
Oh, okay. I could see that.
Yeah. It's also really like bloody. It's more like meaty because technically he's a ball of meat, not blood. But I mean, meat has blood. Yeah.
Yeah. I thought like Meat Boy. It was like the story's like Meat Boy's girlfriend gets picked. Oh, like taken by. What? I forget. It was like a clear guy, right?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of the name, though. I don't remember.
You can also play, once you beat the game, you can play as Tofu Boy, which is a soy boy who can't jump. So, there you go.
Wow.
Yeah. Chicken.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew
Valley. Ooh.
I have this game on my
Honestly,
phone.
S tier, bro. One of the best indie games of all time. Music, so superb.
Peak.
It's basically pixelated Harvest Moon, with some extra elements. I don't think it doesn't work off of real time. I don't know if the original Harvest Moon worked off real time, like Animal Crossing does.
Don't know.
Because we never played it, but this was our introduction to like Harvest Moon style games, I guess. Well, I guess we did play Animal Crossing, but that's also kind of different, kind of unique.
Yeah, I kind of grouped them all together, but yeah, they are different because Animal Crossing doesn't have any like farming or like kind of resource management.
Yeah.
It's a good game. You can sink a lot of hours into it.
Yeah.
I think what annoys me the most about Stardew Valley and playing with other people is like typically whenever you start a server with someone, if you haven't played the game before, everyone else will just run right ahead of you. They'll like plant their first crops, they'll water them, they'll immediately start their quest to like woo whatever person they want to marry or whatever. And then by the time like the first festival rolls around in like a month, they're like already, they've got everything min-maxed and they're ready to like get married and do this. At least the people that we play with. And then by then they're already, 100 levels deep in the mines, and so there's nothing for you to do other than like fish and plant shit. So I'm a little salty, but it is a good game.
Yeah, really good.
A little salty.
I like the fact that some of the stuff is like time gated. Like I think you can only do certain events within like the first year or within the like first 3 years. And then you can't do them for that whole playthrough. Mm-hmm. So like that is one thing that is a negative, but it just means that on like your first playthrough you're probably not going to do everything, which means it is more replayable in that.
It is.
If you go through a second time, you can probably get most of those events.
If it was more infuriating and like difficult, I would really love it as a game. I just know it's a good game and I have fun when I play it. It's just not the type of game that I like.
Fair enough.
We can do this next one. This next one's called Party Hard. I don't know if you've ever seen this.
I think I've seen this guy.
The image is very deceptive. It is a pixel art game. Imagine if Hitman was pixel art and 2D. So like you get spawned in on different levels. There are certain people you have to kill, and how you kill them determines your like game state and how many points you get. I would honestly, this game is a great time. Shoot, I love this game. I've got it on my Switch, so I could play it all. I think it's a B. I know I was like talking it up real big, but I think it's a B only because there is replayability and that like you can go back and there's like a hard mode for each level. But I mean, once you kind of beat, I think there's like 10 or 15 levels. Once you beat those and they get progressively harder, it's kind of a pointless game. But it is a great time. It is like one of my like favorite like hidden gems indie wise.
Based. This is a game that I think we both bought and we haven't even played.
We have not. I have walked around for about a hot 5 minutes and then I had to do something, which is amazing. This is Ukulele. This is
Ukulele, yeah.
This is trying to capture kind of that old N64 platformer, 3D platformer, collectathon vibe.
It's hard to rank it because we haven't played it, but from what I understand, most people say, especially whenever it first came out, it would have been like down here. Mm-hmm. But I think through improvements, they've maybe made it into, I want to say, either a solid C or like a high C or maybe a low B. Mm-hmm. Let's just put it in C.
Yeah, I've heard more C, and a lot of the issue with the game too was that it had JonTron as a voice actor in it, and that was around the same time that he had his big controversy, and so they had to take him out of the game. I don't know if y'all know the controversy, you can look into it, but they took him out of the game, and that made all the people that liked JonTron and liked what he had to say mad. and all the people that like didn't like JonTron and bought the game, they were like, "Oh yeah, this game sucks anyways." So they couldn't. Oh, I see another one down there. They couldn't win. They couldn't win. There's the witness. The blue. They couldn't win. Man, we gotta get moving.
No.
Terraria.
All right, the Escapist. Oh, this is Terraria. I thought this was the Escapist. Oh, where's that at?
I don't know if the Escapist is on this list. Do you see a prisoner?
I honestly thought that's what that was.
Mm-mm.
Maybe that. I don't know.
I mean, we could do a placeholder, I guess, for him. I don't see him though. That's kind of crazy. I don't know if the Escapist is indie though.
Maybe it's not.
It could not be. Could not be.
Maybe this person just forgot.
Yeah.
I don't know, this guy looks funny.
Well, they've been missing a few. That's from a game called Fez. That's also by the Binding of Isaac guy.
Oh. I know about Fran. I've heard about Frambo. I've heard about Frambo. But like I haven't played it, and it seems like one of those like weird eclectic games. Oh, this is also a Cave Story, right?
Mm-hmm.
Heard about that too. I haven't played it though. I think we have enough here.
Yeah, we got to get moving. Well, where would we put the Escapist?
Yeah, Terraria.
Honestly, to me though, I don't like the Escapist. I put it at like D tier because it's like a grindy, like clicky game where you just escape prison.
I've actually never played it.
It's fun to watch people play, but it sucks to play because you just you go in and you have to get your prisoner stronger, and then you like get them smarter, and then you got to eat and you got to follow this whole routine. And you think, oh, this is fun. I'm gonna escape this prison, and no, it just sucks. You get caught half the time. It's a really hard game, and it's just like button mashing simulator, a lot of it. And then if you watch people that like speedrun it, you realize how dumb easy it is. Where they just like dig under the first prison, and then the second prison, and the fourth prison. They just escape within like 5 minutes. So
yeah, I think I'd put it in D.
Now we're gonna talk Terraria. We're back.
Terraria though.
Terraria. For those of you that are living under a rock. You want to go ahead?
What? Oh, yeah. We did not like Terraria. I think hot take. I think me and Meta both agree on this.
If you've never played it, it's 2D like Minecraft with bosses.
It's like but it's like modded Minecraft though. It's not
it's
like regular Minecraft. It's not like regular Minecraft. There are so many items. Mm-hmm. The chests. I will say I do think once you get used to like the chest mechanics and like storage in general, it is better at that than Minecraft, but you can also mod Minecraft to have better storage anyways. But I think one thing too to note is we did get into Minecraft first, and then like years later we got into Terraria, like way after it came out, whenever there was like a ton of updates for it. So I think it has gotten like too complex in a lot of ways for new players. I know there are people who absolutely love the game. I know there are people who don't like Minecraft but love Terraria, which is kind of a wild take.
Well, actually, we have a few friends like that. They don't like base Minecraft, but they like Terraria, and they've beaten Terraria like 10 times. But they will not play normal Minecraft. It has to be like modded to the heavens.
Yeah.
So if you like really complicated, kind of obtuse games that aren't like they aren't roguelike obtuse, it's more like they're obtuse because the dev has never like streamlined a lot of systems, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Also, I hope you just like getting randomly killed by like mobs at night because that tends to be a thing. And it's one of those games where you either read the wiki or you figure it out because there are certain bosses. Oh my gosh, dog. There's certain bosses you can trigger without even knowing it, and they'll just kill you in the middle of the night.
Yeah, also like combat is really, it's not a strong suit of Terraria. It's one of those games where like, in Minecraft, for instance, you can just click on the enemy and they'll, take damage. Whereas like in Terraria, the enemies come at you and you'll like swing your sword, and you have to like swing your sword with certain timing to hit the enemy. Whereas, it's just a lot simpler in Minecraft. Hey, wait, maybe?
I don't know, maybe. Super Hot. Is this one that? Well, why don't you do one that you've played?
Yeah, Super Hot's a game that I've played. I've at least beaten it. Sorry about the barking. With Super Hot, it's so to describe the game. I'm sure most of you have seen it. You basically, whenever you move, the game world moves, and if you stop moving, the game doesn't move, or moves very slowly. And so you can throw your pistol at people. You can, you shoot bullets, and then you can move out of the way of the enemy bullets. It's a very interesting game. Definitely a game that um, that takes a lot of skill and can be very fun. Although I only played it once, and I didn't find much replayability with it. So I'm definitely gonna have to put it in A tier. I guess he's not here yet, but I'm gonna put Goat Simulator in, I think, F tier. It's a game that, again, I haven't played, and I don't think Meta Knight has played either. But I think we both agree that it's not a great game. And I ranked Super Hot, and I'm ranking Goat Simulator. I don't know. I don't think you've played that either. But
Goat Sim? No,
yeah.
I've played Goat Sim, and I've played a few, like the DLC. It was like the first DLC they ever released. I thought it was an okay game. I don't think it's very good though. It doesn't have any replayability. It's a meme game.
Yeah, it's not.
Meme game.
It's not a great.
You play as a goat and you go around and fuck with people.
Yeah,
and you do random challenges.
It's like a one and done game.
Yeah, it's one of those games that's more fun to like watch YouTubers play. Yeah, I think.
I didn't really get into Super Hot. I don't think it's an A game actually.
Yeah, I'm kind of more a B on Super Hot because I've played it. I would say there's a VR version that I've heard is like way awesome because obviously in VR, like you're actually picking up the guns and throwing them and shooting them and stuff. So yeah, but I'm assuming you've covered all that, how it works and everything.
Yeah, I did kind of a brief overview. Yeah, I mean, again, it's like another one and done game though. Like I feel like Super Hot is just
it is one and done.
I played it one time and I never played it again.
Spelunk. Wow, this is another one I'm tempted to just chuck in. Like, man, that's difficult. I almost want to chuck it in B. It's a fine game. I know you and I both played it. We played it together. It is, for the audience, it is a 2D roguelite, and you are crawling through a cave. It's not necessarily a dungeon, and you're trying to get to different bosses. It is old, and it is janky, in my opinion. Very janky. If you can get over the jank, it's a great game. The jank really drags it down for me.
Yeah, but I think there has been Spelunky 2, right? And I don't know if
I've heard
there's
it
been
runs
a
better.
third one. Yeah. I don't know. Is there a third one? Or no?
There's only two that I know
two.
of. Two, apparently, from what I've seen, it fixes a lot of the jank, but I mean, two is basically the same game from what I know.
Yeah.
Risk of Rain 2. This one, I love Risk of Rain 2. I put this one like A. I think it's great. What do you think?
I've never played it.
Yeah, you did. You played it with us, right?
No.
Oh, it was just me and our friend. Okay.
Yeah.
It is a 3D third-person shooter. The first one was a 2D roguelite, and this one is a 3D third-person roguelite. It's a great game. You go through, you collect materials, you kill bad guys, you kill bosses. There is two routes. You can go kind of like to hell, and then deep underwater, and then to hell, and then there's a route where you can skip a lot of that and just go kind of to like a heaven boss. and beat that. So there's two endings from what I remember. It's a really deep and complex game, and I think more importantly, I think this is like one of those rare games where like I would almost say playing it with someone else is like way worth it. By yourself it's fine, but like with other people, I think the value is like doubled.
Yeah. I think I was gonna buy it, but then our friend was like, "I'm never getting back into it," and I was like, "Oh, I'll just buy something else."
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, it's
'Cause I
because
wanted to
DLC.
play it.
He's salty.
Oh yeah. Well, Rivals of Aether. Basically Super Smash Brothers Melee. Since Nintendo will never make another Melee, this guy Dan Florian, I think is his name. He made Rivals of Aether 1 and Rivals of Aether 2 actually just came out. It's actually 3D, but we only have the image of 1 here. So I think we're going to be ranking both games.
Well, we haven't even played 2. So.
We haven't played 2, yeah.
From what I can tell, 2 is basically the same, just looks better.
I think it's actually a really good fighting game, and people underrate it because it's indie.
No, I'd put it at least like S or A. It basically is Smash on Steam, and there are something I really respect about it is it takes a Smash Bros. Ultimate approach, and that like heavy characters aren't necessarily slow in movement, but they're like slow in attack and special attacks. And he has like a really interesting way of balancing out heavy characters to where they don't suck. And same thing with like lightweight characters. Like their special attacks are really quick. They just don't hit very hard. Very simple, basic fighting game stuff, but it goes a long way into like understanding it. Goodness, this dog. I'm furious right now.
The episode is chalked.
Yeah, the episode's...
Alright.
Just toss it. Do you even know what this is? Limbo?
Yeah, I've seen it.
You're obviously going through limbo as a little boy. I'd put it in D.
B. Interesting.
No, I said D.
Oh, D.
You're going through as a little boy. Everything is like shadowed. I put it in D because it can be an infuriating game, and that because everything is a shadow and it literally uses black and gray and white as its entire color scheme. With like I think the occasional red. It's been a long time. Things will randomly kill you. Sometimes the puzzles aren't clear, and because you're a little boy, you have no way of like fighting back. It's much more of like a run and then have like environmental kills or solve puzzles to get away from things in time type of game. If that makes any sense. It's a very good game. I think everyone should play it. I played it on my phone whenever I had it. I actually haven't played it on PC, but they were the same game. And if it's still on the phone, I would honestly get it on the phone because it's a good toilet game. To be fair, I think out of all the games in D tier, I think it might be my favorite right now. I like it. It's just a game that like I've never played again.
Base. This is one that I know a little bit about. I haven't played it. It's called Freedom Planet, and there was also Freedom Planet 2, which came out. I think it was in 2022. The first one came out in like 2017.
Okay.
And basically, it's basically Sonic, but you don't have the spin dash, and you can't like curl into a ball. But it's basically just a fast-paced platformer. You jump on enemies and they die, and it's basically we have Sonic at home or Sonic on Steam,
Sonic on Steam.
I've heard that it's pretty much mid though. Like it's not a great game, but it's not bad either. So maybe I don't know. It's either low. It's like high C or sorry, yeah, or low B. I don't know, but I think we'll put it in C.
I don't know anything about it. Shovel Knight, this is one we played.
Yeah, we've actually played. I think it's a decent platformer.
I'll put it A. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if it's like great, but
It's your standard. It's your standard platformer. You jump on things' heads with your shovel pointing down, and it's. I was gonna say it's Mega Man-esque, but it's not. It's more just like Mario-esque in that like you jump on things' heads.
Really?
And I guess you swing, like you can attack. I don't know what do you think it's more like?
No, I think it's Mega Man. I think it's more
Okay.
Mega Man because like you get like power ups and you can like,
Yeah.
I don't know. You have like your little bar that
I think it's
fills
a
up.
great game. I think
I don't know.
it's a platformer,
Yeah,
and it's been
it's
ported.
unique.
Yeah, and it's been ported on every system. Sorry, stuff going on in the background. I just can't win here in this place. It's been ported on every platform for a reason. It's a good game. Oh my gosh, Fancy Pants. I don't even know if you know what this is.
I don't know.
Of Thornton D. This is another one of them Flash games. This is a platformer where it's all about speed. You run down. Yes, it's 2D. You obviously see he has a pencil there. You can attack with your pencil in the third one or in one of them, but it's kind of like one of those iterations of Flash games where, it just keeps evolving over time. It's basically a running. You can run down hills, slide down hills, and then there's like reverse, like there's like loop de loops, half loop de loops, just different platforming challenges and like boss fights. I think in like the third one, and it gets crazier and crazier. There is a collection on Steam if you ever want to buy it, because Flash is shut down, so I don't know how all that works, but it's a cute game.
Yeah.
I don't want to waste forever on it.
Singing Monsters. This is a game we
guy.
played in like 2012.
That guy gives me PTSD.
Boom. Anyway, but
this is a unique one though.
It's unique, but again, it's basically just a mobile phone game. You can buy microtransactions to speed through the progress.
Cringe.
You basically just sit there and watch your guys sing, or you just go away and they collect money for you. So
pretty much,
it's it's kind of like adventure capitalist. Although one thing I do like is like you have like a limited amount of space to put them on.
Yes,
it is kind of different, and also you get monsters that sing differently, so you can make like your own melodies, I guess. If you want, you can kind of change up, and you have a little bit of variety there, I guess.
It's a fine time waster. Good shooter game again. We got Slime Rancher. Is this one that you've played?
No.
So I've played both the first and the second one. I haven't invested as much time as other people have. It's kind of a unique game in this list. Once again, I guess you would compare it more closely with like the farming games like Stardew Valley, and like Forager probably. You collect different slimes, you breed them, you feed them, you grow crops, you display them in display cases. Whether those conditions are fair or not, I don't know. Probably not. And it's a really, really cute game. The map opens up more and more as you discover slimes. You can pay off slimes by feeding them, and they will unlock more and more of this pretty, pretty map. Both the first one and the second one are really, really good. I like the first one a bit more because I've played it a bit more. But the second one seems to have a lot of positivity around it as well. Where I would put it on this list,
I don't know. To me, it always seemed like Unity, like just a game made in Unity really quickly. I don't know. That's why I never was interested in it.
It could be.
I don't know. You know what I mean? Like it just felt like very cheap.
Well, and I don't know how much you know about it, but there really is no point. It is just like, so you get like a gun that like sucks up objects, and it'll suck up small slimes, but not big slimes.
Well, that too.
Yeah, big slimes will get caught on the end, and then you can shoot them. You can shoot things out of your gun.
I have to have like some sort of objective.
Yeah, usually. The entire purpose of it is to like breed cool slimes and like look at the map, and that's about it. The second one has like races and stuff, like foot races. I mean, like with slimes. So there is a little bit more gameplay in the second one that's like unique, but once again, there's no purpose. It's one of those time waster games. Honestly, I mean, I kind of put it on like Forager tier of like okayness, but D, I'm good with D too. I'm not really like super convinced. I kind of regret buying the second one in particular, only because it was just the first one, just with like some updates, and I didn't care enough about the first one to begin with.
Base.
This next one, do you even know what this is? This next one is Monument
No.
Valley. This is a phone game. It is really, really pretty. You play it in vertical mode, and you spawn in different environments, typically in like castles, and you walk that little girl around, and you unlock different puzzles. There are optical illusion ones where you have to figure out like what staircase to go up. How to unlock different objects. You can like flip around this cube and have gravity do work. I don't know. It's a cute game. Honestly, I hate to do it because the production value of Monument Valley is insane compared to everything in like F tier. Like it is a beautiful game, and the soundtrack is actually unforgettable. So I think we leave it in D. I mean, I know you just kind of threw it there, but it's a good game. If you have like a phone and you want like another good shitter game, I'd get it. It's fine. It's probably better than most of those on this list, in D tier for sure.
Yeah. Rolling
Rascals. I played the demo. I don't even know if the game's out.
We've only played the demo. The game is not out, actually.
I'm surprised it's on this list.
Yeah, I'm surprised they put it on here.
But we saw him down there and we had to get him.
It was good. I think the demo had 3 levels in it?
Yeah.
Based off the tutorial, it was tutorial, and then it was like 2 levels, I think.
I'm feeling good with like A. I mean, maybe that's crazy. Is that crazy?
Yeah, I think, it's basically just modern Sonic.
Yeah.
Without the boost, right? He doesn't have a boost, or does he? I think he does.
I think he does. It is basically Sonic, like all Sonic. It's basically 3D Sonic mechanics made by an indie dev. From what I remember, it's been a while.
Yeah. And I think it is...
It's promising.
I do believe it is a game made in Unity, which it usually isn't a good sign for me, but it's actually really good for what it is. Anyway, what is this?
No, I can't. I think this is, I was going to say this is FTL, which is a game where you manage your ship in space, and that's a pretty decent indie game. It's not my cup of tea, but it's actually Into the Breach, which is a isometric kind of puzzle game. I would put it in probably, I don't like it. I'd put it in F. I know a lot of people do. It is all about like solving puzzles and killing enemies by like either shooting them or pushing barrels around, and it's like turn-based. And it's like all futuristic-y theme. There's not much to it, so it's kind of hard to get like a good read on exactly what it is, but I don't think it's like fantastic.
Based. I don't know anything about it.
Not worth a deep discussion. Rain World, is this one you've played?
No.
I'm going to throw this one right in B where it belongs, baby. B for belongs. Rain World is another platformer where you play as this weird, slinky, meerkat-looking creature that does not have any bones. And you like squeeze through pipes and tight corridors, and there are like these lizards or frogs or different creatures that will hunt you and kill you. And it is a very hard game, surprisingly, as you kind of navigate this world, climbing up vines and platforms and stuff. The music's pretty good. The theming, obviously, it's almost always raining, and it's a good game. I think there's some playability there. I don't know about replayability, but I'd put it like right up there with all those games in B.
Based.
Now, I don't think this is Notia. This is the newest. I think this character is from something else, but I'm going to use him as a stand-in for Notia. Notia is probably an A or an S game, I mean. Notia is a $15 indie game that actually plays a lot like Terraria. You can hover, you can jump, you're going through caves, and it's all pixel art. Very detailed pixel art. You build a wand. As you acquire different abilities for this wand, you obviously are trying to get the best wand, and then you can get potions. And there is an intense alchemy system of combining different chemicals and objects and everything you find in this cave. It's a really, really deep and difficult game, and it's really good. I can't gush over it enough. It's like if Terraria was playable, because it doesn't have all that bullshit. It is a roguelike, so it's not like Terraria at all in that way. It just plays like Terraria. If Terraria was a roguelike.
Nice.
This one, Downwell.
I don't know many of these. The only one I know is Ori, Jester, Stray. That's the only 3 out of all these.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna let you take one of those next because I'm getting tired of yapping. Downwell. I'm surprised.
Oh, this is Downwell. Oh, okay.
Yeah, okay. So
yeah,
you have
played this on the Switch.
I love Downwell.
It was good.
It's not the
I don't
most.
know if it was like amazing.
It's not the most complicated game. I would throw it in like C probably. That's just me though. You can put it up or down. I don't care.
I think B is good. I like B.
So they have a phone version and they have a Steam version. I actually recommend you pick it up on all the platforms, because one, it's a good toilet game. You're basically this white guy that you see, and it's very, very simple. You jump down a well. There are enemies you fight, and you have like gun boots, and you can get different guns. You can get different like health modifiers. There are little shops as you go down, and the enemies get more and more varied. You can shoot the enemies. You can jump on the enemies. And then some enemies you can't jump on, or they'll hurt you. And the whole like difficulty of it comes from being quick enough to either avoid all the enemies or being good enough to identify enemies and kill them correctly before they kill you. That a pretty good summary? I love this game. I play the hell out of it.
I played it a lot on the pooper with my Switch.
Yeah, that too. That too. Don't Starve. Is this one you played?
No. Yeah,
I'm gonna jump off a bridge. I'm gonna throw this one in.
We could do.
We'll throw it and see. If y'all haven't seen Don't Starve, it's basically a hardcore 2D like Minecraft survival where like you're constantly starving. You have to like fend off enemies. You die really, really easily, and it's fun with multiple people. It's just not a game for me. And let's see what else. You have to like stay warm. If you get cold, you'll die. If you go crazy, you'll die. If you do anything slightly wrong, you'll die. It's kind of one of those games. It's a fun game. If you have like a friend or a spouse, I would definitely play with them. And you probably get mad at each other, but whatever.
Let's like talk a little bit about Ori. I've played. Well, I don't think I've ever actually played it, but I've seen gameplay of it. It's one of the best indie games of all time. Music's great. I know it's like ambient, from what I understand.
Yeah,
it's a very moody game.
So
and it's really good. It has really good lighting.
It does,
just like a good art.
It is a beautiful game.
Yeah,
it's beautiful. I've only played through the first one. Well, I say played through. I'm on the final boss on the first one. What happened is I got all the way to the final boss and I was recording all this. And then I stopped. Like for a week straight, I played Ori. I got to the like lava level, which is the final one. And then I stopped playing it, and all of a sudden the mechanics. I came back like 3 months later, and the mechanics are so difficult to re-pick up that like I can't get through the lava level anymore. Because I don't remember how to like chain together your like dash, your grapple, your like explosion ability, and they all kind of play together. But it is a beautiful, beautiful game. And the music, if you have like, once again, I think it belongs in S. If you have any sort of like music playing service, download the soundtrack. At least listen to the soundtrack. It's amazing. Well, we knew this was gonna happen because I've played a ton of these.
Yeah.
Because indie games are just amazing. And I'm done with AAA bullshit. So maybe we'll get to see some of these other games. I thought that was Sans for a second, but it's not. Animal Well. This is another one that we have not played. I know we've talked about it on the pod before, but since then I've watched the gameplay, and I'd say it probably is an A. Once again, any music service, soundtrack, amazing. It is another platformer, and you know that's always plus points for us. It is, it's a great game. I mean, you know, it's kind of dark and ambient, and you know, you kill shit and jump. You know, as you do in platformers. There's not really like a super deep story from what I can tell. Doki Doki?
Doki Doki Literature Club. I've never played it. I've only seen people play it. To me, it doesn't look like a game that interests me.
I've never played it either. If we're going to put it
we're
here,
going to do F. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Do you have anything to say on it?
It's horror, right? Kind of.
It's like a horror dating sim.
Yeah.
You which is kind of cursed to say, but you end up talking to these four.
It also just seems cringe to me.
I think they're in high school. I think they're in high school, which is scary. But it's a dating sim type game where, and I say that as in like you're talking to them and they're talking to you with like dialogue options. At some point, you know, there's a lot of twists and a lot of turns. There's Pony Island on here. Holy crap. There's a lot of twists, a lot of turns, a lot of, interesting dialogue that happens allegedly. Yeah, there's Journey, there's Goose Game. I haven't played Goose Game, but Goose Game would be right up there in F tier anyways if we ranked it.
I've heard Journey is a walking simulator.
It is. I mean, we haven't played a lot of these games, but I can tell you where we would put them if we just want to mention it. I think Journey would end up in F. I think the Untitled Goose Game, I think, would end up in like D.
Where?
There
you go.
It's a game. I would put it up one, but that's just me. It's a game. No, I mean like.
Oh.
It's a game that is a lot like Goat Simulator, but it reminds me a lot of Little Kitty Big City, which Little Kitty Big City is on here, but I would also put that at like C probably as like a game you can replay or play at least once. But Untitled Goose Game is the same thing where you go on and you troll humans as a goose and you solve puzzles. You solve puddles. Yeah, it's a lot like Goat Sim where it's like a one and done like meme game.
Base. I guess I can talk a little bit about Stray. I've watched some gameplay of it. To me, I think this would, if we were to play it, I would probably put it in D, because it is like very much like a walking simulator.
Mm-hmm.
And it kind of reminds me, like whenever I saw Big Kitty Little City, it reminded me like immediately of Stray, and you know, it's basically just like a more, what do you call it, like a better produced. Maybe.
I mean, Little Kitty Big City is more like a lighthearted game where you like go around and solve puzzles and mess with humans, but
yeah,
Stray is like
too much.
Stray is like if you took Little Kitty Big City, you turned it into like a dark and brooding RPG that's like constantly raining and sad, where it starts out with what is that cat guy's name? Jackson? Jackson from Animal Planet. He actually played the game. And he was crying because it starts out with like the cat falling down and like breaking its leg and being separated from all of its cat family. And it kind of has like a post-apocalyptic vibe with like these dark robots. It seems to me like a what is that where you have to like press buttons at a certain time?
QT.
Yeah, it seems like a quick time event sim to me, combined with like it's a decent story. I mean, there is no real platforming. It's like you press A and he'll like do a scripted jump is like the kind of platforming we're talking here. So
yeah.
Our list is looking nice and even, and I'm liking that. It's juicy. Have you played Spark yet?
No, I haven't played Spark the Electric Jest.
You can jest on these.
But I think if we did play it, we'd probably put it in D. Because the first one is 2D, the second one is like a Sonic Adventure kind of game, and then the third one is like Boost, which is interesting because, like, you know, it's obviously inspired by Sonic. So you have like
1000%.
you have all 3 generations of Sonic basically in one in one franchise, which is kind of weird.
Curse.
But also, it's like also I think if it represents all 3 games, that's kind of OP because then obviously,
I
know what I mean? I assume it just means like basically the series as a whole.
Yeah, that's what I assume.
Represent.
I think it would be a game we like.
Yeah, but I don't know if it'd be that great.
Do we want to rank this music one? I don't remember this music one. I'd probably throw it in C, but oh, you want to go D, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't think we would like it. It never interested me.
We're not like rhythm game people at all. Yeah, I mean, you know, I've listened to the soundtrack. It's fine. It does like this chiptune thing where he has like a high pitched like singing voice, and it drives me fucking batshit insane.
Yeah.
The next game is called The Witness. I would put it in C. It is a fantastic. Okay, it is a fantastic 3D puzzle game that came out. It's about $40. At least whenever I bought it. I've had friends that they've kind of came up to me and they've been like, I found this game and I like it. I'm like, yeah, what is it? And they're like, it's The Witness. And I'm like, oh yeah. You go through, you complete puzzles, and they're all line puzzles, and there's different mechanics. There are mechanics where like you're connecting electric nodes, or where you're like setting these black lines in certain directions, or where you go into one node and you come out another, or you're basically connecting these electric panels to provide power to like different parts of this beautiful 3D map. And sometimes these panels are on the floor, sometimes they're on statues, sometimes they're on rubble, sometimes they're a part of the environment, like in the vines. And there's also like this weird kind of background story where at some point you go underground and you kind of listen to like an Alan Watts type lecture about like the subconscious and how you think in your brain. In a way, I think it's trying to be like deep, but I don't know if it succeeds in that. But at least in the puzzle aspect, it's fun. And it's a game I've never beaten because it takes a long time. This is a single player only game. But if it ever goes on sale, I would try it because I actually like it a lot. It's one that I bought. I played for like 10 hours and then it fell through the cracks. Fell through the cracks like a lot of these games do. Where if I had dedicated, I probably would have finished it, and it probably would be higher on the list. But it's a good game.
Yeah, I think I remember watching you play like the first 2 hours of this, and it did look pretty good, from what I remember.
It was pretty good. Once again, these are in no particular order. I mean, we could sit here and like debate about specifics, but I don't know if there's any value in that because these games are so different. That like I don't know where like a Friday Night Funkin' versus like Geometry Dash, like what that comparison even is on the scale. It just doesn't. It's so hard. You're comparing apples to oranges and grapes. Is that the
played this?
Is that the Toxic one?
Yeah. Nuclear Throne.
Nuclear Throne. That's exactly what that is. That one I would throw probably also. I'd probably put it in A. Honestly, I love that game. Do you remember that game?
No, maybe back in the day you made me play this one instead of Enter the Gungeon.
That might have been it.
I played one of these.
Nuclear Throne is very similar to Enter the Gungeon. It is a top-down twin-stick shooter, roguelike once again, where you pick a character, you find items, you go through, you kill different enemies and bosses. It's a really hard game, and in between each floor you get like different abilities and stuff. If I had to say which of the top-down roguelites of our list to pick, I would always go Isaac, Gungeon, and then Nuclear Throne. But Nuclear Throne, honestly, is in that same genre and is a really good game. I would play all three if you ever get the chance, really. I would leave Brotato down there alone, though.
Yeah. And we got Octodad. I think we're going to put that in F.
Meme.
We've never played it, but it's just a meme game. I don't know if we have any other games here that we want to rank.
No, there's that camping game I haven't played. I recognize a lot of these characters. It's just games.
Me too.
It's games I haven't played and games that I haven't watched enough of to make a solid determination on.
I know this is Axiom Verge, but that's about it.
I don't even know what this weird hot dog character is. That's obviously Castle Crashers, but we've never played it. Yeah, I don't know. I think I'm good with this list.
Yeah.
Is there anything else we want to say? I think looking at this list, I would say we tend to trend very heavily towards top-down roguelikes, platformers, and a few. There's a few RPG element games in here too. Kind of. I don't know. Is it Castlevania an RPG? It's, to me, Castlevanias have always been RPG platformers almost.
Yeah, they're kind of like a melding of the two.
Yeah.
Sometimes they do have.
Maybe that's a nuclear tech.
Sometimes, I know there's Mega Man. Of course not escaping, but there's a Mega Man Game Boy series of games.
Oh yeah.
And in that you collect little I think screws or whatever, and you use those screws and you'll buy power. You'll buy busters and you'll level up your buster.
Mm-hmm.
And that's cool, but I think most of the time in platformers having any sort of RPG element is not great. So yeah, no. I think I would say Castlevanias are kind of a melding of the two that actually works.
Yeah. So I think we lean RPGs, platformers, and difficult twin shooters. I've been staring at him the whole time. I feel like I've seen him, and it's annoying me that I don't know. I think I know what this game is. It's but I don't want to rank it because I haven't played it. It's another Flash game. It would be probably bottom tier because it's a Flash game, random treasure chest. Well, I guess just taking one more look at our list, I feel pretty solid. I would say anyone out there, I'd say pick anything from the top 3 rows, and you'd probably be pretty happy. Everything below that is with the stipulation of if you really like that kind of game, go for it. I would say. Is that a wild take?
No, I think this list is actually pretty solid.
Yeah, honestly, I like the ordering of the. I actually do like the ordering of this top row up here. I'd say this is fairly probably accurate for us, our opinions combined together. This might go a little higher, but yeah.
I think one thing that I see maybe that would change is maybe if we actually played it, Cuphead would go up to A.
Yes, yeah. I could move Dead Cells up if I played it more, and we might have moved. We might move Rolling Rascals down if we actually played the full one. And Shantae could probably go up or down.
Yeah, we haven't really played many of the games.
Some of these are based on
good.
Yeah, they're kind of based on knowledge and vibe and watching.
Yeah,
but a lot of them we have played. Yeah, I don't know. Well, I'm glad I didn't keep you on forever. If there are any of these indie games down here on this thing that down here with all the misfit toys that we don't know about, leave us a comment if we should play any of these. I know Outer Wilds is really hopping. But yeah, I don't know. I feel like I've seen this, but I don't know what it's referencing. Yeah. So yeah, if there's any of those we should play, let me know. Yeah, I'm glad we didn't keep y'all here forever.
Yeah,
in an hour and
I know Matt has been yapping a lot, but I think he'll yap a little. Yes, if our other topic we were gonna do was Call of Duty Zombies maps. So
yeah, that one, I think that one we're keeping in the chamber because that one is gonna be a long one.
Yeah.
And I'll only be able to yap on the simpler Zombies maps anyways. So
yeah.
That's about it.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe if I'm ever feeling froggy, I will we will revisit this topic, or we'll do something else with this topic at some point. But I don't know.
yeah, I think that's been about it.
Yeah.
It's been your boys.
Adios.
Peace.